What is happening, YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. So I have an interesting conversation, and this is very, very timely given where we are today, but also something that I think is going to be the way that things go moving forward. So we're currently, in April 2020, and it's very hard to show an apartment while abiding by social distancing. How do you go? And typically the way apartments are shown is people come to the apartment, they meet you there at a specific time, you or your property manager, your leasing agent, whoever, and that person or you keys them into the apartment, shows them around. Hey, here's the bathroom, here's the bedroom, here's the kitchen, here's the living room, here's this, here's that. What do you think? Do you like it? Yes, I love it. Here, let's take the application. And they fill it out and they give it back to you, perhaps even with an application fee. Then you run back to your office, hopefully approve them, and now you got yourself a new tenant. You go back and meet them either to sign the lease in person or to hand over the keys. Whatever it is, there's a lot of direct interaction. If you guys are doing some automation of the leasing process, you're likely not 100% seamless yet. Now, what I'm going to describe today is a means to go 100% seamless, 100% touchless, 100% abiding by social distancing to show an apartment. So let's go. Let's hop in. So guys, be sure to watch this video to the very end, because at the very end I've got some cool giveaways I want to give you guys. And also, if you guys like what we have to say, subscribe to this video and leave a comment down below on the way that you guys are running your real estate business while abiding by social distancing. Another thing I want to point out here is that the method I'm going to talk about for showing an apartment is also going to allow you as a company and as a landlord to operate more efficiently. This is not just about social distancing, although it's very relevant in today's time. So you can also get more units leased and show more units as we'll reference today. The method I'm going to talk about is utilized by one of our properties in North Carolina. My property in North Carolina was able to get 10 applications during coronavirus. Got 10 applications using the method I'm going to talk about today. So you guys need to check in on this. This is the total why, because I want you guys to get lots of applications for units. Because bottom line is, even with social distancing, even with the crazy world that we're in right now, people still need to move. And once we get out of this, people are going to need to move, and you're going to be able to show apartments without you taking your time and your leasing agent's time to stand there and show that apartment. That person could be doing other things. You could be doing other things using the method we're going to talk about today. Step one. The first thing you need to go 100% social distancing on leasing is a really good online marketing campaign. Now, my property manager in North Carolina did an Instagram campaign, which will show you guys part of the Instagram feed here, what the Instagram video feed look like. But either way, you guys need a really good online marketing campaign for the property. You can put stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you can put stuff on Craigslist, you can put stuff on Zillow, Trulia, but whatever it is, you need to have a video tour. So go out and get yourself your handy dandy cell phone, make your leasing agent get that too, and do a video tour of your property. Walk people through it, show why your property is amazing, and record a really nice video tour, and do it yourself or have a video editor stitch it together and put together a video walkthrough. Look, this is one of our properties in North Carolina. This is a real unit that we own, that we have it for rent, and this is a real Instagram video. We show the great kitchen. We show that there's ceiling fans in the bedrooms. We show the full layout of the unit. There's great floors in the apartment too. We show those off. This is a nice apartment, and we highlight the nice features of the apartment in the video. So now that people have watched that and they're interested, the video will also have a call to action. So it'll say something like, do you like that apartment? Come go here for your next step. It'll likely be a schedule a showing link. So they're going to click on that to schedule a showing, and here's what happens next. So on the apartment, you're going to hang a box like this, right? This is a box through an organization that we use called Show Mojo. You can also use an organization called Rently. And Rently and Show Mojo are two of the players in the game. There's other players in the in the space of automated showings and things like that. So these boxes are they're not just by those two people, but those are the two companies that I know of that do it. So I'm not promoting them. I just know those are the two companies that do that work. But you should do your own homework on it. But Rently and Show Mojo are two companies that I'm aware of. So the way it works is the prospect will click on the link. They'll say, I'm interested in looking at 123 Main Street, please. And 123 Main Street will be linked to the serial number that's on the bottom of your little box, okay? And the folks at Rently or Show Mojo will take that call. They will ask that prospect to send in their driver's license. It's important to get that. They'll also send in their credit card. Those two items will get sent into Rently and ShowMojo. Because here's the thing. Let's ask this question. And this is maybe some of you guys might be asking yourself, well, how do I let people look at an apartment without me being there? Because I want to make sure they're not going to wreck the apartment. I want to make sure that they are properly, that they're not folks that are going to, destroy the place, or they're going to lock the door behind them, or they're not going to go and leave the door open and have a party with all their friends in the apartment or something like that. Well, Rently and ShowMojo get that data from them. They get their driver's license and their credit card number, so that if that person does do damage to the apartment, you don't have a credit card and a driver's license. So you can you can take that driver's license and give it to the police, and you can take the credit card and charge them for any damages they may have done to the apartment. Now, obviously, Rently and ShowMojo make sure that credit card is valid before they approve them to go look at the unit. The next thing they do is they give them a temporary code that will open up this box. And this box is set up on Wi-Fi and set up on digital technology, that they can put in that temporary code that only works for a short period of time, and it pops open and the key comes out. So they can show it to themselves. And they say, the folks at Rently and ShowMojo can say, well, when do you want to see it? Well, I'm actually standing in front of the property right now. I'd love to see it now. Okay, great. Who else can say that? For hands-on showings, no way you can show an apartment right when somebody's staying in front of it, but with these boxes, you can. Now, they say, I want to look on it Saturday at 1 o'clock. That's when I want to see the apartment. Okay, great. Saturday at 1 o'clock, type in this code, and it'll open this box. That's what they do. Another thing, you can't overlap showings in those circumstances, so that's another good reason why it's good to book showings through those services as well, so you don't have more than one person showing up at the property at once. So the prospect goes in, they put in their information, key pops out, they show it to themselves, they say, this is great, I love this apartment, I am so grateful, I want to live here, this is what I want. So they can then go and follow up. Rently and ShowMojo will either call them, or they will close that deal for you. They'll call the prospect and say, "Hey, did you like it?" "Yes, I did love it. No problem. Great." And they will also take it and close it to an application, or they'll email you, and then you can take it and close it. A few important things to note here: Rently and ShowMojo and those online resources need to know a little more data about your unit to prevent. And this is maybe a frustration you may have now by doing hands-on showings with units. You've got people that are coming out that are either not qualified for the unit, maybe have certain circumstances that wouldn't allow them to live in the unit anyway. Maybe they have a dog, and maybe you don't accept pets. Maybe they don't know that you have a pet rent fee that they don't want to pay. Maybe they have whatever circumstance that they have that would preclude them from living in that unit, but they could live in another unit that you have. So you can give Rently and ShowMojo questionnaires to ask these prospects before they get the code to this. So they don't even have to go out and they're not going to waste anybody's time, or including their own time, in looking at a unit that they're either not qualified for, or it's not going to work out for them to live there. So what the result of this is, you have an interested, qualified prospect that's looked at your unit without anybody being there with them, right? And if they do any damage to the unit, or if they forget to put the keys back in this thing, or they forget to lock the door, whatever it is, they will get charged. And the folks at Rently and ShowMojo will gladly remind them of those things before they give them the code, right? So let's fast forward. Now you've got somebody that's interested. You either get that email in your inbox saying, hey, here's a prospect, so you can go chase them down yourself, get them to file an application, or Rently and ShowMojo will do it for you. Now, hopefully you're using online application services. Almost everybody's doing it this way. The paper application is pretty much gone. So an online application is what you want to use. Organizations like, Appfolio, Buildium, Rent Manager, the real estate softwares that can run real estate for you have online applications. And there's also other third-party application services which you can refer people to go and fill out an application, apply for your unit, and then you go ahead and approve them. Now, once you've approved them, people ask the question, well, how do I do a lease signing? You got to have somebody sitting right there at the table to pick up their pen and, sign the contract, and then you sign too, right? Not so much. You can now use DocuSign or DocuSign, HelloSign, digital signing technology is now accepted in all states as a legal signature. Almost all contracts, we've signed real estate contracts using digital signing. So digital signing is the way to go. What they call wet signatures, actual paper signing on things, is really only valid if you need a notary on something. If you don't need a notary, most likely you can digitally sign it. And a lease contract can be digitally signed legally, and it stands up in eviction court. So send them the lease by DocuSign. They'll review it. They'll click through it and click, 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 click. They can do it on their cell phone. Remember, they already have one of these because they were able to use this to call to get in through this box, to send in a copy of their driver's license and their credit card, right? So they can use this again and sign their lease contract. They get a copy of the signed lease. Once you sign it back in their email box, they're good to go. They can print it out. They can just keep it on their phone for whenever they need it. And then what's beautiful is they can pay their rent and pay their first month's rent, security deposit, all through ACH, through online protocol services. And even if you are in a market where not a lot of people have checking accounts, that's okay. Almost all the services I listed, Folio, Buildium, and there's a company called Paylease you can look into, Paylease, where a tenant can walk into stores like 7-Eleven, Walmart, and check cashing places. Now, it might be hard to do during social distancing, but perhaps they can find one of those places that are open, or perhaps they can, drop a check off somewhere and maybe you pick it up later. But most likely you don't have to do any of that because they'll be okay just ACHing you the money, and you can just digitally transfer the funds. So they can pay the security deposit, first month's rent, all that done. Now you're funded. You've got a signed contract. You just give them another code to this thing, and then they go out there and they type in their little code, and out pops their keys, and they can pull up their U-Haul van, and they can move into their apartment. And after they're all moved in and settled, you or your property manager go out there and remove this box and put it on your next rental. Okay? So, guys, as I said before, to highlight a few things, right now in today's society, it's extremely important to be able to show apartments and abide by social distancing, so that we can all get back to being a healthy America and move forward. Now, once we're there, hands-off showings are the way to go because it allows you to increase your company efficiency. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure to share it with somebody else, and leave a comment down below because I want to hear about other ways that you guys are doing social distancing protocol but still running your real estate company, and just other tools you guys are using. Leave it down below. We want to hear about it and have a nice conversation. Thanks for watching, guys. Here's a couple of videos I thought you guys might like, so check those out next. Do me a favor and subscribe to this channel, and do yourself this favor. Text the word DeRosa to 66866. That is 66866 to get an enormous basket of goodies and to get a coupon for $1 to join our DeRosa Insiders. So for $1, you can join DeRosa Insiders. Awesome, great community. We want you guys to be a part of that too. So text DeRosa to 66866. See you guys there.